Hey, check out this beautiful and futuristic landing page. I designed and animate it in Figma and it looks amazing. But at the end of the day, it's just a prototype. It's not real. But with Framer, everything changes. The design you create don't just stay as concept, they become fully functional, responsive website that you can publish on the internet without writing a single line of code. Framer feels like a design tool, but it transforms your creativity into something real. For that reason, we are starting a short series on Framer where we will go from the very basic to some advanced effects and transitions. In this video, we will focus only on building this hero section, making it fully responsive for all screen sizes and publishing it. Before diving into advanced functionalities, it's important to understand the fundamentals first. Then in another video, we will definitely build this entire landing page and make it real. So let's dive in. Now, before we start building anything, let's take a quick look at the Framer interface. First, you will need to create a free account on Framer. The link is given in the description. Once you sign up, you will see a dashboard like this. In the middle, you will find all your previous projects. On the top left, there is your workspace, some settings, and can access to the Framer community. And on the top right, you can create a new project, which is exactly what we are going to do now. When create a project, you will see an interface that is much similar to Figma. You will see a blank canvas in the middle. On the top left, in the insert panel, you will find a lot of templates like pre-made design for pages. You can find pre-made sections which you need to just drag to the canvas and edit the theme if you need. Similarly, some pre-made navigations and a lot of stuff that we can just use in our website or landing page. And we are going to use most of these in this project. Next, in the layout tab, we can find different layout options and simple frame as well that you can select and draw. Just like in Figma, we draw a normal rectangle. Next, we have a text tab, then CMS, which we are not going to discuss in this project, but definitely in later projects. Then a plugin tab where we can find some useful plugins. In the left panel, we have three tabs for pages, layers, just like the Figma layer panel, and assets tab. And on the top right, we have some site settings and can preview our design or page from here, can invite more team members, and definitely we will publish our site from here. And below is the style or properties panel where we can change, edit, and can apply different properties to our objects. Now we are ready to start building our page, but before that, we need to understand some basic concepts and to understand our design. Let's see in Figma. Here in our hero section design, if we see it in the preview, it is like this. So first, our frame size in Figma design is 1440 pixels. So to make things easy to build there, we will make the Framer frame size exactly the same. And we will rename our project to InvoScan. Now, it is a very good practice to add the text sizes and color styles in the Framer projects before starting anything. Definitely, a Figma designer will provide you a style guide. If not, you need to create a simple one like this, even more simple. Now, I'm going to show you the easiest way to add style guides in Framer. Just select these color boxes and open a plugin called Figma to HTML with Framer. Copy to clipboard. It will copy your layers and just paste it in Framer by pressing Ctrl V. Then you will select one color box. Go to Fill option, New Style, and name it as Man 1. Similarly, we will add second one, Man 2. Then create a style for the third one, and then for this light gray. Once you add all, you will see here and also can see in the assets panel. We will delete these because we don't need them. Then we will add text styles. We will just select these text titles, and by using that plugin, we'll copy it to the clipboard. Paste it here, select H1, go to styles, new style, select heading 1, edit. We will set the font to Poppins. It will be white and other things are already applied. About breakpoints, we will talk about it later when we do responsiveness. Similarly, we will add these others. Delete them and the text heights are added in the assets. Go back to Figma, wireframes. Now look at this design and assume that every element in this design is a box. Small boxes are inside the big boxes. That's exactly the concept of web development. Small boxes called children's elements and big boxes are the parent elements. And assume that these boxes are made from the rectangles. In Framer, we do the same. We make a big box by using a frame, which is a parent element. And inside, we are adding other two small boxes, which are the children's. And we can control the alignment and distribution of the children elements from the parent by applying the layout property. Or we can say it's like a CSS flex box if you are familiar with it. You can change the direction of the children elements and other adjustment. As we applied the layout property, we call it stack in Framer. It is like auto layout that we are using in Figma. That's one concept. Now let's talk about sizing. Initially, we have pixels units and Framer names it as pix, and it is very true. So if we shrink or expand the parent element, the children's don't change their sizing no matter what, because they have fixed pixel units. Second, we have relative unit, which are very powerful because we define the sizing of children's element by the percentage of the parent, like it will be 50%. We don't need height for now. So if we shrink or expand the parent box, it will always keep 50% of the parent box. Next is the fill, which means that the children object will fill the entire space that is available for it in the parent object. That is very simple. Next one is the viewport. The term viewport refers to the size of a window or visible area on a screen. Let's say we use 100 VH. It means it will cover 100% of the browser height, no matter how long it will be. Let me turn on the layout property to the desktop to make it from the start. If we preview it, it covers the entire height of the browser. For the width, we will make it fill to cover the entire width of the screen. Let's undo it because we have one more property left. I will make it smaller again. So the last one is the fit content. It means the parent object will hug the children's objects, and similarly for the height. And if you go to the layer panel, you can see every element is nested inside other element. So these are the basic things that we will use in this entire project. So if you see in the design, first we have this navigation. We will make a custom one, but for now we will use Framer pre-built navigation. So go to Insert tab. From here we can use these pre-made things to speed up the workflow. But this time we are going to do everything from scratch to learn it better. So just drag that simple one to the canvas. Okay, I will keep this navigation 10 VH of the screen height for now because I'm going to design the hero section in 90 VH. So our entire section, including navigation, will keep 100 viewport height on the screen. Now, we have initially two main boxes. So I will use this column stack. So it will be 90 VH. And the width is relative 100%. Okay, we will keep the left one 40% and the right 60%. We will make it relative instead of fill. If you notice, it is a little outside because there is a little gap between them by default. I will remove it from here. Now we will name it as the hero section. It is a very good practice to name at least many elements to easily access and edit things. Now the left content box, we have this title and paragraph box and this user detail box. So I will create another frame inside the left content box. We will apply the layout to the parent and start. And this frame will fill the entire width. Now let's change the colors. We will remove all the default colors and we will only apply the background color to the hero section. I will remove this one also. because we have only those outlines or borders, so we will apply border first to the left content box. As we only have this right side line needed, we will keep it and remove others. I will make it white. Now we need to add the hero title. Just copy it by pressing Ctrl C, and I will add a text box inside it and paste it by pressing Ctrl V. Go to the text panel. As we already applied the styles, just click on heading 1. It is applied, but there might be a line height problem. Go to edit. Here the line height is 10 pixels, and actually we will not use pixels for the line height. We will use EM. We will reduce it to about 1.3 is fine. So EM is a special unit that scales proportionally with the size. We already talked about it before. Okay, we will apply layout property to this one also and start, so that we have now some properties unlocked for this text box. I will make it fill. Perfect. Similarly, we'll copy the paragraph. We'll add another text box, paste it, and apply the paragraph style. Again, the same issue with the line height. Edit and adjust the line height. I'll make the width fill and the height to fit content, and the headline also. If you see there is some space between the text and the boundaries, and we will add that user box also. For that reason, I will wrap the title and paragraph in another frame. Apply layout and start. Now we will give it some padding on the top, about 50, and on the left also 50. I will make it fit content to hug both the text boxes. I will increase the size of this one because we are adding this box also. I will add another frame. We'll make it fill and remove the color, and we will give it borders on both the top and bottom. White. Let's zoom it a bit more. Go to Figma. We have these user images. I will make it a group. We don't need to export them. Just copy them by using that primer plugin. Paste it here. Name it as user images and drag it inside that box. We can't see it, but when we turn on the layout, it will align as center by default. I will make it start. I will apply 50 pixel padding on the left to align with those others. Okay, now we'll add that text. We'll make another frame for it. Remove the color. Inside, I will add a text box. Just copy that and paste it here. So basically, we will have two different boxes because we will add a star. So I will make this fit content, not actually the width, it should be fill. I'll make it white. We're going to give it some manual sizing. Poppins, 18 pixels. So it will be semi-bold. Now create another copy by pressing Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Make it regular. So copy and paste. It's actually italic. Now we will add that star. So select it, copy it and paste it. Drag it to the box. We will wrap the star and this text in another frame and we will make it horizontal. Name this frame as user reviews and make it fit content. Also this one, I will reduce it a little bit. Now I will make this box also fit content, but we need a little padding from top and bottom here too. Here I need some padding too, 20 pixel, and this box will also be fit. But here also we need some padding, 20 pixels. Now this tree's image, we can simply copy it by that plugin, but I have exported it manually in PNG. So to get some more options for the image, here in the folder is the image that I exported. So in the layout option, we will select image and draw it like this. Choose image, select and open. We'll align everything to the left. And you can see there is a little space that I don't want to be here. So we will select space between option. Now it stick to the bottom and I am keeping this image size fixed. Alright, let's jump to the right side where we have the hero image, but we will place the device video in Framer to see the device live in real time and those two CTA buttons. Let's do it. We will add a frame for the image. To unlock these properties, we need to apply the layout to the parent, start. Now we'll make fill and the height to viewport 85 VH. Sorry, not viewport. Actually, it should be a relative 85%. Here for the buttons, we will add another frame, copy and paste. It should be 15%. We'll remove that space and make this one unfill. Okay, again for the buttons, I will add another frame. Make this one stack, horizontal and start. Make the width fill, also the height. Create another copy of it. Let's name this one as button wrapper. This one should be hero width. Okay, remove these colors and the gap here. So this one is a button. We will add a text box. Copy it and paste it here. We will apply this heading too. It's not in capitals. We will override the white color. Make the width and height fit content. I think there is again the line height problem. Just change it to EM and 1.3 is fine. Little bit of letter spacing. Now we need that arrow next to it. We can copy from Figma, but we have some great plugins available in Framer for the icons too, where we can just search and find a lot of icons. Can change the icon weight. This one is fine. Click and here it is. Apply the layout property and it will automatically align horizontally. You can also change the color, so delete that one and paste it for the second. We will use component for the buttons, but later. Here should be buy now and a border on the right needed here. Also a top border. So select the parent object and apply top border and white. Perfect. Okay, instead of image, we will place a video placeholder, which we can find here. Create placeholder. To unlock the options, we need to add the layout property to the parent. And now we will make fill for both the width and height. In this video setting, we can put the URL if we want to call from somewhere, or we can upload it from our device like this. If we preview it, the video will be playing in the loop by default. So it is only one breakpoint view this time. That text box is not responsive, and that is because we might have used some fixed values. Look, this one is fixed. We will make it fill and we can search for other fixed values that make things unresponsive. You can see it is shrinking now, but we will see responsiveness later. Now let's discuss about the components. If you have used components in Figma, it is almost the same thing. If we make an element component, we use it across the project. It can increase our speed of workflow, maintain consistency, and global changes. Just right click and create component. Hit create. It will take you to another window. I will make it fill with this main color. Then I will name this layer button comp. Now for this text, we will create a variable of plain text. Name it as button text. Now why I did this is because we will use this button multiple times, and with the help of this variable, we will be able to change text inside easily. I will show you later. Now, when we select this button, we can create other variants, and by this below option, we can apply the hover or pressed effect. How? Let's apply hover. So it is the hover state. We will change the color to this bright green, and the text and icon inside should be black. Now let me show you in the preview. When we hover over, it's turned to green. Perfect. Let's delete that button and copy and paste this component button. Now as we need to change the text, we can just change from here the variable that we created for. Now we need that line. Double click. When we make any change here, like the border should be on the left. When we go back, the changes are applied everywhere this component is used. But I think not on the left because there are double lines, which does not look good. So we will make it right. Perfect. It's looking great now. Now the navigation bar. As we used the Framer pre-built navigation, if we double click, it's a component where we can see two variants for the desktop and mobile, and it is great for most cases. But as we have completely different style navigation and a full screen menu, we will design it from scratch. As we design and prototype it in Figma with the help of components, we will also do it in Framer like this, but with a few different steps. Let's increase the frame size. Please follow me carefully. First, I will create a frame. We'll make it fill, and the height should be fixed for now. We will create another frame inside it. Turn on the layout property to the parent. Start. I will make this one 100 pixels. I am going to change the background color to gray and remove this one. Okay, now we need to import that logo and the menu icon. Ungroup it, create outline so it will be a normal shape, and I will rename it to the menu. Select both the logo and the menu icon. By the help of that plugin, we will copy it to the clipboard. Paste it here. Just drag the logo inside that box. Let me turn on the layout, distribute space between. Now we drag that menu icon too. Now I'm going to add some padding about 50 pixels, both on the left and right. Then we'll add some navigation links, so I will just copy and paste it. Let me add some text. We will copy it and paste it here. We'll apply the style. Heading 1, because our menu links should be that much bigger. The text should be this side. Here I'm going to add that arrow icon. We can copy that, or we can just search again. Here it is. We will make it a bit bigger and white. So we will add another link, but before that we need to make it a component. I will name it menu link. Right click, create component. We will apply the background color. It's the default state. Let's create a hover state. When we hover over it, it will change the color to this bright green. And I'm going to create a variable for this text so that we can easily replace text then. Now go back. Okay, I'm going to create more copies, and we will just copy those other links text and we'll paste it here. I'm wrapping these links in another frame and we'll name it link stack. Then obviously we'll add those two CTAs in the menu also. So we need to add a frame. I will make it fill, and from the assets panel, we will add that button elements. Let's apply layout, make it fit content, and we will make the button to fill, so to take the entire space that is available. Again, create another copy. We will name it buy now. Remove that gap and apply that top border. I'm repeating things again and again so that we can learn it better. Drag it down. Now I'm going to wrap the button and links tag in another frame, and I will name it menu items. Apply the layout and remove that gap. I'm going to create a component which will be named navigation or hamburger menu. I will remove this gap. Now it is important to set the minimum height of it to 100 VH. We actually define the height of the menu from here. It will cover 100% height of the browser. So the menu items will be in the end. Another important thing is to make this tab absolute. The best thing about absolute positioning is to move elements freely in relation to their parent elements. We can make it above and below the other elements by changing the z-index values. We will discuss it later in this project. And the parent frame will be fit to the content. Perfect. So it is the open state. We will name it open. Then I'm going to create another variant which will be closed. We will set the height to 100 pixel. Now we need to create some interactions. So I will rotate this plus icon that will look across for the close. So select the menu icon, press L key and connect it to this open state. Then select this one, press the L key and connect to the closed state. Go back home and let's check it. Delete for now. Delete the default navigation also. Now drag the navigation that we have just created. So by default here we have open variant selected. We will select the closed one. Go to layer, drag the navigation to the top. Here below we need an outline, so double click and we'll apply a stroke below this tab. And also to this open state. If we preview it, it's working, but there are some problems. First, we'll rotate the cross icon to make it plus icon. And the second problem is it's opening fine but not closing perfectly. If we see the hover effect, we need to make the text and icon black when hovering. So double click and also double on link and we will make everything black. So the hover effect is now fine, but let me check or refresh it why it's not properly. If we check from here, it's looking fine. Now go back and check again. Oh, it's working. There might be some bugs or something. Okay, great. Now it's time to see the responsiveness. So if you are not using fixed values, your design will be almost responsive, but that is not enough. We need to add some breakpoints and set the layout accordingly, especially when you have an unconventional design like this and they don't have a fixed middle grade, then you have to be more careful with responsiveness. So create a breakpoint for the tablet screens. As I told you, our design is a bit complicated. We will need to create some extra breakpoint to make it responsive in good flow. So there is a big difference between tablet and desktop. We will create a custom breakpoint in the middle, which will be about 1200 pixels. So you can see the text is outside. There might be a fixed value. I will make these things fill. Oops, we'll make it left align. Also, the navigation is outside because we have the fixed size here. I will make it fill, so it is scaled only between that area. Now about the text sizing, we will add a breakpoint for every text sizing in the text panel. When we turn on, we'll see different breakpoint sizes. For now, we have only large, medium, and small according to those breakpoints that we added. When we add more, it will show you more. So for the medium, our heading 1 will be 35 pixels. This text is outside. Let me check. I will make it fill and need a little padding. So we will give it 20 pixel padding from the base breakpoint. Remember to always do changes here because it will apply across all breakpoints. Now if we see the tablet screen, we will change the direction of everything to vertical. Now select the left content and make it 100% so it will cover the entire width. And we don't need this image in small breakpoints. So I will hide it in small devices. Make this parent to fit content. Also the right content to 100%. If we preview it, you can see it is still not that perfect. Everything is too much compressed and still not looking good. I will increase the height of it, not actually this one and not relative. I will give this hero width a fixed value about 600 and make it fit content. Similarly, make the hero section fit content too, because in small breakpoints, we don't need viewport values. The heading 1 in tablet breakpoint will be 35 pixel also. Now we will decrease the padding to 20 pixel in smaller breakpoints. Also this one will change that padding later to align with it. Now create a breakpoint for mobile devices. Almost everything is fine, but few changes needed. We will change the direction of these buttons vertical. Button wrapper will be fit to the content and I will increase the size of these buttons. Something like 90 is fine. I will reduce the hero height size a bit in mobile breakpoint. Now if we preview it, you can see the design is responsive from desktop to mobile breakpoint, which is a great job. Now one last breakpoint that we really need is for the larger breakpoints, which will be 1920 pixels wide. Here the heading 1 should be about 60 pixels. And for the paragraph, actually we didn't turn on the breakpoint option, so actually the main breakpoint is now large and it will be 20 and extra large is 1920, so the size here should be 25 pixels and this text will be 20 pixels. Okay, why this image is going outside? It is because heading 1 size is changed by that larger breakpoint. I will make it 45 pixel. I'm going to check it in the preview. Check it in full view. Okay, that navigation for the small devices need to decrease the padding. For that, we'll create other variants. I will name this one mobile close and this one mobile open. So we will decrease the padding now. Now definitely we will decrease the padding in these links. So as we created another menu variant that automatically create variants for the links, we need to just call it one by one from here. Now if we go back here, we will only call the menu for the mobile, both in the tablet and mobile breakpoint. The paragraph text is too small in some breakpoints. Let's adjust it for each one. Alright, we are almost done with the responsiveness. Now I'm going to apply some basic transitions and effects to make it feel more alive. So select the navigation, apply effect, select appear. Under the preset, I will select slide in top. If you click on the effect, there you will see some more options. So basically it is coming from the top. Click on spring. If you want to change transition effect values, I will make bounce 0 and time 1 if we check how smoothly it is coming from the top. Similarly, we will apply on this left content box. It should be slide in left. Effect, spring, bounce 0 and time 1. If we preview it, both are coming at the same time, but I want to give a little delay time to the left one. Similarly to the right content, slide in left and other properties will be the same. If we check it, it's perfect. Alright, these were some simple transitions. It's time to publish our site. If we click on the publish button, it will give us a link that we can click and view the site in our browser. That looks amazing on the browser. You can also check the responsiveness on the browser too. Now the next step is to add a domain. Here is a default URL, and here below we can add a name, for example InvoScan, and on the right you can change the domain type whatever you want. I'm going to choose .framer.ai. These are the Framer's domains, but you can definitely attach your own domain that you owned before. Click on check. It will update your domain, and now this landing page is live on this domain. Everything is perfect on the browser. Sorry, we have the heading 1 issue on 1920 breakpoint. Let me check it again. So go to that breakpoint and see what the problem is. I will select heading 1. So here in the breakpoint, we don't have a breakpoint for a 1920 pixel screen because we had added it later, if you remember. So we will just right click and add one. So this is now large, and the font size here will be 60 pixel. Similarly, if we see the main breakpoint, it is changed because of that one. Similarly, in the small breakpoint, 35 pixel is fine, and in the tablet 35 is also fine, and also in the mobile breakpoint. Now we need to just click update, and all the changes that we made is applied, and it's looking beautiful on the browser. So that wraps up this video. Framer makes it incredibly easy to turn your design into fully functional, responsive websites, all without writing a single line of code. In this video, we built and published the hero section, and we talk about some basics, but in the next video, we are going all in, designing the full landing page with some really cool transitions and effects. If you want to try Framer yourself, I will drop the link in the description, and don't forget to use the promo code for a special discount. And hey, let me know in the comments what you think about Framer. Have you tried it before? I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.